Hi everyone, this is College Knowledge with Haruka, and I want to welcome you to this new time. It is 11:45, and thought this would be a better time to give my Facebook Lives because you're probably getting ready for lunch, and you can check out some of my other videos after I'm done with this one. Anyway, today's topic is going to be semester versus quarter systems. Now, I don't know if you're familiar, but most high school students are on a semester schedule. That means that you have a fall semester and a spring semester, right? This isn't necessarily the case with universities. Well, the semester system is typically similar to a high school system with two 15-week terms. Sandwiched in between them are the winter and the summer breaks. This means that a typical student will be taking about 5 courses, about 15 credits per term, and it starts around late August and ends in early May. This is the case for about 95% of the colleges, and it's one of the advantages is that it's very similar to your high school setup. The quarter system is a little bit different, and the quarter system sometimes is called the West Coast system because the schools, because of a lot of the West Coast colleges and universities are on the quarter system. And what does that mean? It means that the student has 10-week terms, 4 of them. So fall, winter, spring, and then a summer. Each term you can get about 3 or 4 courses, and so you get a total of about 9 to 12 credits per term. And the timing is also a little bit different. The quarter system schools, they tend to start a little bit later, like in mid-September, and they go on until early June. And then the summer ends up being an optional term. Some students want to continue, plow through, and graduate early, but about 5% of the colleges and universities in the United States have this quarter system. But it's really important for California students because most of those schools happen to be in the West Coast. I want to tell you about some of the pros and cons of each of these systems. So the big pro, I would say, with the semester system is that students can take the classes in depth. You can, just like in high school, you have the opportunity to absorb and learn and digest all of the subjects. If you have a longer project, you have an opportunity to do something like that. It's less frantic, and it aligns to most high school and actually community colleges as well. And classes are about 50 to 75 minutes long, and if something happens to the student, you kind of like have a little dip or you get sick or anything like that, you have time to recover, which is nice. The quarter system, though, has its advantages too. There's a lot more flexibility. You can, as a student, take more courses because they're kind of short, right? During the whole span of 4 years or 5 years in colleges, you will on average get 6 courses or 18 credits more because they're just different the way they're set up. That gives you an opportunity to dabble in, say, different majors or double major or take more electives, that type of thing. You're taking fewer subjects at a single time. So that means that you can, you have like these bursts that are really focused. The breaks are shorter as well between the quarters. And so you don't have this like lull. And for some students, it's good. It keeps the momentum going. Another, advantage is that when you're in a school with a lot of if you're in a school with a quarter system, the professors tend to teach things that are near and dear to their heart. So the topics may be much more specialized and more interesting. And then just the number of courses are greater. Like if you compare the course offerings at a place like UC Berkeley, which has a semester system, versus UCLA, which is on a quarter system, you'll see that there are more courses offered at a place like UCLA. So those are some of the pros and those are the advantages of both systems. On the con side of the quarter system is that, it is a little bit fast paced, and some students struggle with that. It's like 10 weeks goes really fast. So if you stumble, or if you get a slow start, you can be in trouble, because before you know it, midterms are there, and then finals are there, and it's complete. On a bigger perspective also, since the majority of schools operate on a semester system, things like internships and study abroad programs, they tend to be designed for semester programs, which can be a little bit of a disadvantage if you're in a quarter system. What else can I say? So I guess at this point you want to know what schools are in each of these systems. Well, like I said, 95% of schools are in the semester system, but in the UCs, only Berkeley and Merced are in the semester system. All other UCs, that's UCLA, San Diego, Irvine, Santa Barbara, Davis, Riverside, Santa Cruz, all of those are on a quarter system. Most of the CSUs are on a quarter. Well, actually, the CSUs are kind of mixed. San Luis Obispo, Pomona, East Bay are some examples of schools on a quarter system. A lot of the West Coast schools are on a quarter system, including University of Washington, University of Oregon, Oregon State, and a lot of the private schools too, like Stanford, Caltech, Santa Clara University. What else? I have here Drexel, Northwestern, University of Chicago. So it's a variety, but they are actually not the norm. Most schools tend to be on the semester system, but for our California students, you do want to be, aware of some of these differences, because it is part of the academic experience, and it can affect some students. At the end of the day, what about your student? Which is better, the semester system or the quarter system? I think that if you like the slower pace, sometimes a semester system might be a little bit better. As I said, you have an opportunity to absorb and learn and take your time with each of the courses. But if you are, if you're ready and you're nimble and you're excited to take a lot of different classes, then, it's almost like appetizers. You get to enjoy a wider range of offerings. So in that case, the quarter system has its merits. I'll leave some links on the bottom of this Facebook Live so that you can take a look at some of the schools again, because I know it was like a bit of a flurry. And, think about it. One other thing is that if you are transferring from a community college, most community colleges are on a semester system, with some exceptions, De Anza and Foothill, which are more aligned to the quarter system, I mean, that helps for those students who are taking classes and want to transfer to the UCs. But, again, where are you transferring to? Because, Berkeley and Merced are the semester system schools. Hope that's helpful. If you find these Facebook Lives for College Knowledge to be helpful, I hope you will subscribe and like. I have big news to say that I've been putting these replays on YouTube. So that is going to be, that is now available for anybody who wants to check them out. I have 40 YouTube videos now. Most of them have been from my past Facebook Lives, a whole variety. So if you are a parent or a student interested in just learning about everything from self-discovery, figuring out majors, financial literacy, essays, college research, how COVID changes everything, then go ahead and check out my website. My website too, but actually I was going to say my YouTube channel. All right, and I'll leave a link to that too. And my new title, YouTube channel is called College Knowledge with Haruka. Hope that helps, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.